Fast track at Alton Towers. Is it actually worth the money? Well, I'm here today. It's a Saturday, it's Star Wars Day, it's May the 4th. It's a bank holiday weekend, so I expect this part to be very, very busy today, which is perfect for what I'm going to do. I'm here for the Nemesis Reborn VIP event, and it includes gold fast track and a single use on Nemesis Reborn. So in this video, I'm going to compare all the wait times for the rides with how long I actually wait in the fast track queue. And then at the end of this video, we will see how much time I have saved. And you can then let me know whether you think that is worth the money. Let's get inside and get on some rides. So I'm curious to see how many rides I actually managed to get on today. The park is open 10 till 6. However, the Nemesis Reborn VIP event starts over at the hotel at 4 o'clock, which means I probably need to leave the park about 3:30. So really, I've got 5 hours to get around everything. Now, I'm assuming fast track's going to make that very doable, because without it, there is no chance I would get around everything in 5 hours, especially not on a busy day. Let's see how this goes. That's a positive sign. Long queues, lots of people. That should make this a very good test, because ideally I want some really long queues to see how much I can actually shave off using fast track. So clearly everybody's here to go on Nemesis, which I don't blame them. Parks should open in about the next 5 minutes, so we'll see which queues jump up to ridiculous numbers very quickly, and then I'll get in one. So, unsurprisingly, Alton Towers have done the best they can to make sure you can't see what the hell's going on with Project Ocean. A little bit curious though, because a lot of people, myself included, have thought that there's this tunnel that maybe separates Forbidden Valley from Galactica. The problem is, that tunnel is also going to separate us from Bunker 94, which is obviously the Nemesis shop. So, is it not going to separate? Is Bunker 94 going to become something else? I wonder how long it'll be till we actually find out what is going on, because clearly the park aren't saying anything yet. They've just put massive construction walls up. This feels kind of weird. Normally you find the shortest queue and you go for it. I'm trying to find the longest queue. So Smiler's 50 minutes. I'm going to start a timer and see how long this actually takes me. Okay, so Smiler said 50 minutes. Fast track, 3 minutes 45 seconds. That's a bloody good start. Oblivion only says 5, so I'm not going to waste fast track on that one. I'm going to go and see what else is massive, and probably do a lot of walking today. So it's a good start though. 50 minutes down to 3:45. That's impressive. So let's see if it's the same on other rides. Okay, so Wicker Man also says 50 minutes. I think you've got a pre-show, so this is going to take longer. Let's see how long this one takes. Definitely less than 50 minutes, I suspect. Well, there's another success. That's Wicker Man said, and still says 50 minutes. Fast track, I waited 11, and it would have been a lot less if they didn't have a pre-show. So far I've saved just about 2 hours in standing in queues. I'm going to head over to 13 now, because it's the next one with the largest queue. It does definitely feel very odd going to the biggest queues I can find rather than the smallest, but best way to test this fast track, eh? See you at 13. Okay, so 13 says 60 minutes. Start the timer, let's see how long it is in fast track. This one should be a lot quicker, there's no pre-show, so see if I can save as much time on this as I have elsewhere. All the queues are starting to get big, which is exactly what I want. So, good test. Well, there's another impressive saving that said 60 minutes. I waited 9. So far, I've shaved 2.5, nearly 3 hours. As I said when I got on this ride, all the other queues are getting up to 50, 60 minutes, so definitely a good test. And I'm going to head over to Forbidden Valley because I'm pretty sure Nemesis and Galactica are both rather large queues. See how quickly I can get on both of those. Another one that says 60 minutes, so let's see what this is like. Galactica wasn't quite as good as the rest of them, mainly because the operations on that ride are absolutely terrible. It said 60 minutes, it took me... Where did it take me? Hold on, please hold. 21 minutes 30 seconds. So it still saved me nearly 40 minutes, which is great, but yeah, it was running on one station, 2 trains. Ride ops are not the best. I really hope they do something with that ride in the near future. But yeah. Getting there now to see what else has a massive queue. Oh dear. Wonder if I'm going to get on Nemesis. Keeps closing. Everyone's just hanging about waiting for it to restart. So I'm going to be exhausted. I'm walking the most inefficient route to do this. I'm heading over to Spinball now because it says it's got about a 65-70 minute wait. So let's see how much I can cut that down with fast track. Okay, so this one says 70 minutes. Let's see what fast track is like, shall we? Oh dear me, I am exhausted. That's another successful one. It says 70 minutes. I waited 3 minutes 30 seconds. So fast track on Spinball is definitely a good shout. I'm going to take a breather. I'm exhausted. Get a drink, and then see what else has large queues. I might end up having to use this on the shorter queues, which kind of defeats the purpose. But see if I can find anything with a long queue. 45 minutes. Let's see what it's like on fast track, shall we? Well, Oblivion said 45 minutes and I waited 4. It's a one-trick pony, but it's very good at that one trick. I don't think I'd wait 45 minutes for it though, so I'm glad I only waited 4. Lots of things still with large queues. I'm just trying to work out where I'm going next that doesn't involve as much walking. So, see you at the next ride. Okay, so getting to Granny says 35 minutes. And this is walk on. Hold on, I'll start a stopwatch just for the sake of it. Reset. Start a stopwatch. I mean, it's pointless. This is going to take 60 seconds. Well, that was quick. It was 35 minutes, but I kind of predicted it right. I waited 1 minute and 15 seconds, which is a nice little saving. I do like that ride. It's very quirky, and every time you go on it, there's always more stuff you read, like a sign that says "Do not read this sign," or another one that says "Sharks somewhere in the sea." So I love the attention to detail. I think I've only got a couple more rides to go. I'm probably going to end on Nemesis since I need to get to the hotel. So I don't know if Rita's open yet. It's been shut all day. Let's go find out what's next. Okay, Runaway Mine Train says 55 minutes. Whew. Let's see.
Now please remain seated with your arms and legs inside the train at all times. Sit back, hold on tight, and enjoy the ride. Choo choo! Well, that was another saving. That was only 9.5 minutes.
and Rita has come back, and Nemesis has gone down. That's one thing about this park is availability is usually not the best. And of course I'm running to find the longest queues. So Rita's sitting at an hour, so I'm going to go over there and see how quickly I can get on it. I'm going to need a sleep after this. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the fast track. I put up a poll last night, and unsurprisingly most of you think it's valuable on a busy day like today. Certainly from what I'm seeing it works. But if you've used it before, drop a comment below with whether you thought it was useful, or should I say whether you thought it was worth it. Because I think it is useful, but everyone will have a different perception on whether it's actually worth the money. So let me know. Still no sign of Hex. They've said it's going to open at some point this season. They've teased new lighting and new effects. But here we are in May. The doors are still shut. Okay, Rita's actually open. It says 55 minutes. And the fast track queue looks kind of busy. This one might not be as good as the rest. Let's see. That's probably been the worst fast track so far. That was 21 minutes and 45 seconds. Still shorter than the 55 it said normally. But yeah, that fast track is absolutely rammed. Probably because the ride has been up and down like a yo-yo all day, so people are taking advantage of it. I'm going to grab a bite to eat because I'm fading, and then get Nemesis out of the way. And maybe, if it comes back, I'll do Curse. It was closed the last time I checked it, so food time. I feel a little more human now that I've had some food. Although I always make the mistake of going to the Eastern Express, and then I always forget that it's not part of the Merlin annual pass, so I didn't get a discount. That's a bit daft. Anyway, I am heading over to Nemesis, because it's been up and down like a yo-yo, and I don't want to miss it. And maybe I'll get something else done. I've got a couple other videos coming up. I am also recording the VIP event this evening. I'm in Blackpool tomorrow for a rather interesting ride challenge, and then next week I am in Flamingo Land, so tons of content coming up. Make sure that make sure you subscribe. I've set a rather lofty goal of hitting 10,000 subs by next year. So to all those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. For those of you who haven't, the button's just down there. I'll wait.
One eternity later.
Thanks. Right, so Nemesis says 50 minutes. And the fast track is the old queue. Which, much though I love the theming in the new queue, Jesus Christ, I was there, what, Easter weekend? And it was a 5-minute queue, and I still had to go all the way around the long way. So, taking a shortcut, it's worth it just for that. Let's see how long this takes. That's a lot of people. Definitely skipping a lot of the queue. Well, that was only 5.5 minutes, which is fantastic. And as I said, got to use the short queue because that queue's huge. I wasn't actually bad. The last few times I've been on that, I've noticed the rattle everyone's talking about. I don't think I noticed it there. So I wonder if they've got to the bottom of it, or one train's worse than the other. I don't know. Curse still is not open, so I can't do that. Which means I'm probably going to go and do Congo River Rapids, which I was going to avoid because I didn't want to get soggy. So wish me luck, because I'd like to stay dry for this Nemesis thing later on. Okay, this one says 30 minutes. Let's see.
Hi, Bob!
Slight fail. I just assumed the fast track was in beside the normal entrance like most of them. It's not. So I went along and went, this is the normal queue. But now I'm heading around to the fast track. Oops. So it turns out, you go all the way around the ride and underneath the Wicker Man. And then you get to the fast track. quite dry. I think I said 30 minutes when I got on that, but by the time I found the fast track it had gone up to 40 minutes and I only waited 8. So not the biggest saving, but still a saving nonetheless. The only 3 things I have not done is Marauder's Mayhem, Battle Galleons, both of which have sat at 5 or 10 minutes all day, so there's not much point in me testing out the fast track on that one, and the Curse, which I'm going to go now and see if it's back. It's been kind of closed a lot of the day, so potentially not. So if I don't get on Curse, you'll see me in a minute. Well, it's still shut, so I'm not going to get on that one, and I need to watch my time because even though the park's open until 6, this Nemesis Reborn thing starts at 4 o'clock over in the hotel, so I'm going to have to leave. So I guess I started this asking the question, is fast track worth it? That's a tricky question, and one you're going to have to answer for me. I can tell you one thing though, if you look at the times, I've done rough maths, so I'll double check this when I go home. I think I've saved somewhere between 7 and 8 hours of queuing, which is phenomenal, right? That is huge. So for that, it's very effective. I think the problem with some parks is they oversell fast track and then it becomes useless. This one seems to work really well. Is it worth it though? That's a tricky question because your idea of worth it and mine could be very different. So I didn't pay for it directly because it was part of this event, but if I had, this would have cost £85. Now I'm on my own. Once in a while, 85 quid. Fine, I'm going to save a lot of time. Certainly not something I would be doing regularly. And if I was here with my partner and my kids, there's no chance I'm spending that kind of money. What I would say though is it does look like most, maybe all of the rides, you can do single shot for a tenner. That's possibly more worth it, you know, if you're get on a lot of things but there's one ride you just can't get on. So let me know below if you think it's worth it based on my experience, based on your own experience. Yeah. Anyway, as I said earlier, I have tons of videos coming up in the next week or two, so make sure you hit subscribe and like this one. I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad. See you in the next one.